What is going on, family? It is King Rigid or Jazz, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Claw on the PlayStation 5 controller. All right, so let's put this into perspective here. The difference in these two controllers is obviously size. That's the only difference. This controller here feels a lot better all the way around. It feels a lot more expensive, bulky. This one just kind of feels like a cheap piece of plastic. So let's get into it. So basically what you're going to want to do is just slide your hand up the controller. Make sure that your pointer finger is between the box and the X button like this. The rest of your hand will actually just go ahead and close onto the controller, making a perfect fit. Now, the most important thing about this is making sure that your pointer finger is not under any stress or tension. If it's under stress or tension, it's going to look something like this. So let's say that I don't use that one method that I just showed you. Let's say that I'm just new to Claw and I want to practice it. If your hand is too far up, and your hand isn't in there. Like right now, me getting my pointer finger here is putting a lot of tension on my wrist, on the back of my hand. I can feel it. It's very uncomfortable. My middle finger is way too far up on the R1 button. And I mean, my thumb feels normal or whatever, but I'm feeling a lot of tension in this area here. So that's for if you're too high. Now, if you're too low, let's say that I grab it down here. Now, my finger is resting circle and X. I don't really feel too much pressure, though, to be honest, because I'm so used to playing Claw on the PlayStation 4 controller. And it's a lot smaller, so that was actually, there's not really much difference in the curvature there. But, yeah, so basically you don't want to play like this. This is extremely uncomfortable, like having it like this. There's a gap right there on my middle finger. There's a real bad gap. There's a gap right here inside my hand. You do not want that gap to be there. So basically just follow that one simple rule that I was telling you. Just put your finger right here. You can slide it up, do whatever you want to do. Just put your finger right here. You'll see your hand. Once your pointer finger is comfortable, if it's still comfortable down here, as you guys can see, that gap between my hand and the side of the controller went away. My middle finger is going to rest perfectly on there, and bada bing, bada boom. So it fits perfectly all the way around. There's no gap. My finger is not under tension, and my hand feels comfortable for the most part. It's about as comfortable as it will get without the Control Freaks. If you have bigger hands, I suggest using Control Freaks, and I'll tell you why in a second. Now, in my last video for the PlayStation 4, how to play Claw on PlayStation 4, a lot of people were just kind of asking how you press these buttons and stuff like that. Now, a lot of times I'll play like this. I never play like this here. I do not play like this just because there's no games that really utilize the D-pad in a way that I would need to manipulate my left hand to press those buttons. So it's pointless for me to do that. So I just keep this hand like this. Now, a lot of times when you do this, you can come down with this finger and you can press this button, or you can just move your hand like this, or you can just keep your hand like this. There, you have three options, right? For this finger here, obviously your pointer finger can just move down, press this button. A lot of people might have issues with moving their middle finger down to press this button here. So I suggest just getting used to using this finger here to press the button. It's still very comfortable. I've been playing Claw since Xbox 360 days after I seen Optic Scump and how he was whooping people. So I had to try to be the best of the best, and that's exactly what I did. And I've been playing Claw ever since, even going through Netflix. I hold the controller like this. It's just a mental thing at this point. And I think that kind of concludes the thing. Let me tell you kind of like what you guys are going to expect. Oh, the reason why I suggest using Control Freaks if you have bigger hands is because if you are playing an FPS game, I suggest using Control Freaks anyway. But I play an MMO a lot of the time, so I decided that maybe I'd try to take the Control Freaks off just because I didn't need the precision of, like, let's say a gun shooting or something like that. On Black Ops, whatever. And I started to get a pretty bad cramp in the back of my hand here. It was in my wrist area. So that was just after a day of playing without the Control Freaks. After I put the Control Freaks back on, all of that pain did go away. So, advantages of playing claw. It's a cheap scuff controller. Like, you don't need scuff controllers. You don't have to feel like that someone has the up on you because they can press more than one button at a time. In fact, I've actually bought a scuff controller before because I kind of wanted to try to kick the habit of playing claw. It did not work. I'm just too used to playing claw, and I actually really enjoy it. And if you start playing with a scuff controller and you got those extra paddles on the bottom, then you get used to it. Like, let's say that controller breaks, you have to go spend another $120 to $300 for a brand new scuff controller because you're not gonna like the way that it feels without having the buttons on the back, or the extra mods. Whatever you get on it doesn't matter. This is $60, $70, however many dollars, and it's free. You can do it at home. Now the disadvantage, there's more. You can press all your buttons at one time if you wanted to. So let's say that I wanted to press the triangle button. I'm gonna move my finger up. Ba 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 ba. If I want to press the box button, ba 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 ba. Circle, ba 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 ba. Ba 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 for X. So X is the button you're just gonna kind of slide your finger on it. It's the only button that you're really gonna just click, right? So you got the box, triangle, circle. You got all these. And if you need to press multiple at a time, you can press these two, these two, these two, these two. That's just how you do it. Disadvantages. You could potentially get arthritis, right? People are saying, oh, well, you can get arthritis from playing claw, which, don't get me wrong, you can get arthritis from playing claw, but let me remind you, you can get arthritis from holding your controller in general, right? The human hand isn't built to sit like this for hours. Like, if you're playing for hours, you can get arthritis for doing this, right? You can get arthritis in your thumbs for moving them constantly like this. You can get arthritis for making yourself something to eat. It doesn't matter. You're going to get all, you can, if you get arthritis, and you get arthritis. And if you're comfortable, if you can find a comfortable spot to play claw, then I don't think that you have any more chance of getting arthritis if you were to play it like this. Because your hand is still, I did research on it, and it doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna, if you're holding the controller continuously, it just increases your chances of getting arthritis, same as mouse and keyboard. Keyboard might be a little different just because, some people really cramp their hands on those things, but you got to take chances. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you do in life, there's going to be some kind of, repercussion for that action. It doesn't matter what it is. People get cancer from heating their potatoes up in the microwave. You know what I'm saying? But that concludes today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And I will talk to you in the next one. If there's anything else that you guys feel like I should cover, let me know. I'll go ahead and jot it down and put it in a How to Play Claw Part 2 on the PlayStation 5 controller. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.